Hi there, it's Nick Dutch here yet again. Back on the camera, yeah. Okay, this particular video is in reference to another video which another YouTube user had put up on the glorious internet. I'm not going to mention that YouTuber's name, I'm not going to mention their channel. But I am going to mention some of the things that was mentioned in that particular video, because I think it raises some very interesting issues with reference to the subjects of what people call magic. One of the statements that this YouTuber made was, real magic follows facts, not assumptions. Now that's interesting because a lot of the people in the New Age world regard the results or inspiration gained from exercises that they call magical as being driven by inspiration or intuition and not necessarily facts. The statement real magic follows facts, not assumptions, appears to be rather frightening to me. And the reason that it's frightening is it is presupposing that the individual who was making this video was somehow in possession of some divine facts that most people do not have. It's also attempting to lay down the definition of what this thing called magic is, which he is suggesting that he knows all about, and other people who are involved in experimenting with the supernatural know nothing about. So there's a very interesting power play there. And it also begs the question, by what standard does he measure facts by? It certainly can't be through full scientific investigation, because he's an occultist. He doesn't seem to have the funding or the equipment to be able to, I apologize for that, to be able to make a full and complete scientific investigation. So he cannot actually use the word facts, but yet he is. I find that scary. Now, the thing that this YouTuber was objecting to was another YouTube user talking about necromantic activity. The YouTube user who made the video that I'm discussing today used phrases such as, you are playing with dead people, we're talking about the underworld here, and he mentioned another YouTube user who had a near-death experience and said that shades of the dead do not like us. Hardly empirical data now, is it? But this presentation was done with such a level of paranoia and such a pseudo-authority that it could actually drum fear into the mind of an individual who's experimenting with or being involved in the New Age. It is therefore a bad thing to do. I find it interesting that the YouTube user who made this video called the people who he was addressing people who were in the fantasy land, despite the fact that he had also stated that magic follows facts, not assumptions, when all of his references are to do with personal experiences, either his or somebody else's, and beliefs about the way the world works, which are extrapolated purely from those personal experiences. So it's not a question of fact, it's a question of assumption. So he's going against himself, going back against himself when he used that phrase. And this is fascinating, okay, because he also goes on to say, the underworld that I actually descended into, there are shades of the dead that want to kill you. So he's making a statement about an apparently spiritual world, which he says is real, despite the fact that he's only got personal experiences to go by. He's making another assumption on the basis of his own experiences that there are beings in this world which he has had some direct experience with, despite the fact it could always be hallucination, a digestive tract problem, giving him a psychosomatic hallucination. There could be a wide variety of reasons for this one particular sensory phenomenon. And he doesn't just believe that these things exist, but he's stating that as it is fact, which cannot be done. I mean, he goes on to say, I'm only trying to save your life, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but when I saw this video, when I heard those words being spoken, I felt, as it were, the presence of a Venom Fang X. I felt the presence of an evangelical Christian trying to force his own doctrine and his own interpretation of religion into his audience, with terrifying stories about hell, damnation, death and destruction and all the rest of that. But this was not coming from a Christian. This was coming from a modern-day practitioner of the occult and a pagan. It really did reek of proselytizing, terrifying people to follow this particular theology. It reeked of all the things that I hate, including, mind control. Instead of believing, but stating these things which are believed as if they were facts. Now, there's a whole world of difference between saying, within my culture or within my religion, this is frowned on or this is regarded to be bad, and saying, this is fact, these beings want to kill you. There's a whole world of difference there, and that world of difference has to be considered by anyone who is trying to promote occult ideas, or supernatural ideas, or religious ideas, and even philosophical ideas. Now, from my point of view, that video was good because it fortifies my argument. And my argument is that it's okay to experiment and have fun. It's not okay to say that an experience is 110% proof of something in the unseen world. As I said before, if God himself or Goddess herself was to stand next to me and say, "Hi, how's it going?" that would not prove the objective existence of that being at all. Just a few thoughts. Good fortune, God and or Goddess and or none of the above bless. Keep rational. Nick Dutch signing out.